Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Player Hater Gaming. My name is Brendan Ross. I am your host and GM, and these incredible people that are surrounding me and above me on the screen in front of you is my table. Say hello, players.
Hola.
Hello.
What if I don't want to?
Well, then you don't have to. It's okay. Well, I hope all of you had a good last couple of weeks. I did have to take some time off. There was some event I had to go take care of, but we're back now, and we are going to have some fun and just enjoy playing this fantastic role-playing game. Before we kick it off, I do have a couple of really fast announcements. Just the usual things. If you enjoy what you see here, we do have a Discord where you can jump into it. We do have two primary Discords. One of them is mainly just used for just kind of life, off the table things, maybe some questions here and there. We do still answer any of your D&D questions, and we'll probably have a game here and there, but its primary function is to just be the community's standpoint to share memes, talk about life, and just help each other get through the day. The other Discord we have is where you will get all of your D&D needs taken care of, and I will pass that off to David to talk about that real quick. What is that project and that fantastic Discord, David?
So that is our Ashuma server, which is based off of our Sunday stream. And it is pretty much where you could have fun. You could create a character, create some chaos, some madness. We, by all means, enjoy it. And if you are not sure as to how to play, join us anyway, and we will tell you how to. It's one of those where we accept everyone and anyone without question. And who knows, maybe if you're quick enough with creating a character, you can join into a quest I'm running tomorrow and have fun with my madness.
Fantastic. So I remember you said something before we went live that you're scared to roll today because you did run something and your dice was very hot yesterday. Oh, you were a player in a game yesterday. Oh,
and
okay.
I had 3 nat 20s in a row.
Ooh. Well, we
and
will
did not
see.
roll anything lower than a 15.
Well, we'll see if the law of averages comes after you today.
Come on, man. Probably will.
Beyond that, we do have our various social media accounts. We have our Instagram, we have our Twitter, we have our YouTube and its shorts, things like that. And also we have our Patreon, which is up and running and has some fantastic content on it. You already have 1 month we've uploaded already. If you enjoy making sure you have your any monthly homebrew items, monsters, we make a one-shot with a map for you depending upon the tier you want to be on. And I'm looking forward to releasing this upcoming month because it's going to be a very fun April Fool's themed one shot. So if you want to check that out, hop over to our Patreon, drop it into the tier for that one shot, and you will have it on the first Friday of every month. And beyond from that, I'm looking around at the help dice here. Every player can hold up to 3 help dice. Let me make sure I'm not a bad streamer and I actually have the help dice turned on. Because that would just be, up there with a list of things I never do right.
I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to throw it out there or anything. But,
It's not like I'm currently waiting for it in order to throw out some stuff.
Oh, there we go. Fixed.
Hey, it's fixed.
So if you have some of those delicious, juicy channel points you want to spend, feel free to give some players some help dice. They can hold 3 total each.
Oh, sweet. Cool.
We don't have a darks.
I was going to say anything. I'm like,
who's darks?
I've not been able to play properly since last night, so
I mean, if anything, he's just calling himself out because the doctor is the dark one. Like, he's always wrapped up in black.
True, yeah.
That is true.
The Dark Doctor. There's this new nemesis name, the Dark Doctor.
I'm the only good person here.
Nice. Hey, everybody's up to 3 now.
They are. Look at that. Guys just out here slaying it.
Yeah.
No, turn those
That's
off
What
now so I don't
happens when you
forget.
let us have it for a few weeks, you know?
My bad. Sorry, y'all gotta remind me. I'm a horrible streamer. I just come here to play D&D. All right, that's it.
I can fund the party for a while. I got 27.
You can fund the party for. I'm gonna make it to where you guys can't fund each other. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no!
I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
I'm
Listen,
kidding.
let's not talk about how many points that I have. It's really not.
I'm gonna wait till where you guys got to pay extra.
Look.
Look.
I have over 10K just banked here
Ooh,
waiting.
man.
So
It's weird. I have this little infinite symbol next to mine, so I mean, whatever.
When are we? Do you have 3 DM veins right now?
I do. Yes.
Okay, cool.
You guys
Still
need
need
to,
We need
you
to
guys
make
need
sure to use those.
call
Yeah.
those out. Yep. I might make them bigger.
soon as we-
I might make them like a. Right now they're a D4. I might make them a D6 or a D8.
Yeah,
Just reduce how many I can have. We'll see. But anyways, let's jump into tonight's episode. So far, we have tuned in to this fantastic story and watched as these individuals have come together, managed to have a couple of fun adventures seeking out sky sharks, corruption in the farmlands, and rooting out that evil. With their success in that, they were tasked with a very under-the-table job to listen in and gain any insight on the individuals that came from Riz as quote-unquote political figures. We will say it at that as best, the most loosest of the terms. Garnering their ability to get on ship with the help of Drakix already knowing and pretty much probably born and growing up on the Cloud Ocean. With his help, his crew of Eva, Doctor, and Red were able to quickly at least look like they knew what they were doing and probably even pick up a few jobs here and there. And actually, it's a very good point I'll come to later. That's a good reminder myself. I'll be talking to you guys about that in a minute. Throughout these travels that they've had on the open sky ocean, they've had a couple of fun adventures already. In their first week, in fact, even the first full day, the captain was already very aware of this little ragtag group upon his ship. One of these members being confined to the infirmary indefinitely. Wonder who that would be, Doctor.
I have no idea. Right now, Drax is in the bed, not me.
And how he got there through a kind of end of the first big week fighting pit taking place on the top deck of the ship, a usual custom Drakix would be aware of, that when you were out on a cloud ocean too long, you needed a way to keep yourself entertained and blow off some steam of just seeing nothing but white clouds as far as you can. As we close that day down, did we go into a long rest for that day, or did we skip just shy of the evening?
Just shy of the evening, I believe.
That is
Not
correct.
actually
So if
go
there's
into the long
anything any of you wish to accomplish as we go into this session with your evening time, you're welcome to have that. If not, we will go into our long rest.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Doctor would probably just be taking care of Drax.
Okay.
And if Drax wants to have any conversations with me, I will have it.
The only conversation is, what the fuck hit me? Why the fuck am I here?
Someone isekai to truck into you. It's fine.
Actually,
Somebody sent Truck-kun after me.
Yes.
This world.
I don't think I share any languages with you, Jack, that are in common, correct?
Yeah, no, that's about it, really.
I will say, Standard is not in there at this point.
Okay.
He went off because you being there kind of gave him a little more freedom to be just not doing the job he's supposed to be doing.
Figures.
Since Stanner is not here, Drac, do we share a language other than common? I don't think we do.
Outside of his telepathy, he only has Draconic.
Okay, so no, we don't. Okay.
I'm pretty sure Red speaks every one of all of your languages, and none of you speak anything that share with each other, aside
Nope.
from Common.
It's great.
Pretty much.
Perfect. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have Celestial talking red.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I probably only say one thing is that since I'm confined in here, Drax, I'd ask you if you would keep an eye on Standard when he's not in the infirmary. Something about him that I don't fully trust. Seems like he's always up to something, or at least trying to hide something.
He would actually say, okay. I also don't trust the people from Riz.
Oh, I hope not. That one wants to kill you.
So there's that, you know.
Well, that's all the information I'm able to gather here is through Standard and you guys. But again, something about him I don't fully trust. And
I'll
if
keep
you're,
an eye on him.
yeah, I would appreciate that. But you need your rest. Doctor's orders.
We'll have a choice in the matter.
No. I can make you fear me and not get out of the bed if I need to.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need that. I'm fine.
All right. And while he's resting, I just go over and mess with my notes and papers for a bit.
Okay. Anybody else?
Nope. Red's just gonna be sleeping.
Okay. Eva?
Do I owe you anything for this night?
You do. So let's go ahead and get that covered, and we'll go into some other things. But while I'm waiting on that, I will say all of you are going to be out on the Cloud Ocean for some time. If there is a job on a ship that you would like to learn, let me know, and we can work that into the narrative.
Can I get a realism kit lessons from Standard?
I would say we can. I wouldn't say proficiency, but we'll work something out.
Well, that's why I said lessons. That's something I can think of to do.
Okay.
There's not much of a job that Drac would try to do to learn anything. Wait, hold on.
I mean, Red would try and learn different types of knots for reasons.
Okay. Easy enough. Tasha, what'd you roll?
That is a failure, sir. 14.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh no!
Okay. So, as all of you find yourself coming into a long rest, I need everyone except Eva to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh goody, oh goody.
Gotta keep it interesting, guys. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hey, that's a 16.
Okay.
That's a nat 20 for 22.
Oh no!
Okay.
14 for the doctor.
Okay. Drakix.
Mm-hmm.
As sleep takes you, just as quickly as it does, you find yourself waking up on a unfamiliar scene. There's water and land, but not like a lake that you've seen before. It's this sandy, almost just a long stretch of land, far as you can see left and right. And then all in front of you is just an incredible space of this sparkling blue diamond water as far as you can see forward. You turn to look backwards, and eventually this sandy area gives way to grass, and then not much beyond that, a lush, rich jungle forest. Trees like the which you have rarely seen. You've seen jungle trees before. You've seen this vegetation on rare and more exotic pieces of island, but you are familiar with it, but not in this context. What's most baffling to you, and what you will probably struggle to take your eyes off of, is the expanse of this water in front of you, this incredibly endless, I'd say ocean, but honestly, your character would be alien to that term.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
Because there is the cloud ocean, which would make sense to you. So your brain's trying to put cloud ocean and large lake together.
Yeah. If anybody walks up on him, he's just like, his tail is dipping into the water, then out into the water, and now he's just like, what the fuck is this? This is weird. What the fuck is this?
Water.
What the fuck am I?
As you are looking over this,
Big shout out cloud.
Yeah.
It's not a cloud. It's not a cloud. This is wet. It is not a cloud.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What do you do?
His first thought is going to be walk along the sands for a while.
Okay.
Try to see if maybe there's a clue along the way to just help him understand what it is that's going on here. And probably about 10 minutes later, not finding anything, he's going to cut in towards the grass and try to see if he can find somebody there that could help him figure out what the fuck is going on.
Okay. As you turn and you look inward, you see for a moment the grass that gives way to the vegetation. Then in the far distance, but also strangely close, is this massive mountain with a little bit of smoke trailing off the top of it. And as you focus on this and think, there is this gentle rumble of the sands and the ground beneath you. This just, you hear this deep bass just vibrate through your body as the smoke above this mountain explodes into this incredible bright red river of lava. Make a perception check for me.
That is definitely not something that he sees ever. That's an 11.
11? Okay, you're looking and you're trying to make sense of this. Because again, it's not extremely alien to know what a volcano was. You know what a mountain is, and you've read about how things like that exist. But looking, you see this bright red heat of this molten rock just explode out. And as you're looking, it begins to take form as you see it go up, and where gravity would take it and plume to the left and the right as this top expands outward. It stops falling and begins defying the gravity that once held it, and it moves upward once more in this interesting avian-like shape as it takes to the clouds. and comes towards your direction.
First thought, defend. Second thought, I need a lance.
Oh, that's right. Drac hasn't seen this before. Okay.
As you have this thought and this presence about you, Red, as you come into the dream realm, you can feel yourself just this tiny little mote of consciousness. And you focus and you think, where am I? What am I doing? Why is it so hot? It's like moving through molasses, but then it gets easier. You can feel on your limbs this thick material, not quite water, but not thick enough to be molasses, almost like a hot syrup around you. And you open your eyes and it's just red as far as you can see in this space. And you begin to, your heart races. How do I get out? What's going on? What's happening? And you feel this power building inside of you. And then you are ejected upwards through this tunnel. And as you come up, you can see this light at the end of it. And you're like, okay, light, that's good. It's an escape. Do you continue to push forward or do you try to find something else?
Light, for sure.
Okay. You push forward as fast as you can. And you reach up with what should be a hand to swim. But as you reach up, you look, you can see your limb has been replaced with a wing. You flap it downward and you are pushed out of this hot red liquid and rock. And you find yourself looking over an endless space of clouds, jungle, and an impossibly large body of water surrounding it. As you come up, you feel this presence through his sheer force of will to control this dream space, this tiny bit of consciousness for himself. You feel this presence of concern and defend and arm myself. And you recognize, off the not too far distance, a familiar humanoid shape standing on this beach.
She's going to fly towards it. Is there any way to do the same comforting fire thing that she did with Ava?
I'm going to ask you to make a willpower check. And what that is going to be is, for me, it's going to be, what is your charisma modifier?
+4.
And what is your wisdom modifier?
0.
So that averages out
We're the
to
same.
2.
Yeah.
So roll a d20 and add 2 to it.
Okay, cool. D20 roll. Okay, so that's 16, and I'm gonna use a help dice.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful. 17. Excellent. Lovely.
So as you see him, and Dracox, you see this creature, something overcomes you. The fear leaves you, and it's replaced by this comforting scent. And on the wind, you smell a strong bit of cinnamon. And you know who smells like this normally, keened in as you are as a Dragonborn.
He's like pulling out his shield in front of him as it hits him, and also like, wait.
And Red, as you come in, your whatever it is that keeps you in this form is diminished as you get closer. And you are able to land, But when you hit the sand, you're on your feet, not but 10, 15, 20 feet from Draxus.
In my human form,
Human form.
Okay.
Your normal expression of your body.
You know, I'll never get used to being in dreams like that.
Dream? Is this another dream? I'm sorry. He puts away his shield. Kind of like also had his sword half drawn. Lets that slide back in. It was like, I'm sorry. Dream? This is a dream. This is a dream?
I mean, we fell asleep, didn't we? And this is, I mean, we were on the ship, and now we're somewhere entirely different. Have you ever seen this place before?
No.
Well, then, logic.
Maybe stories. My captain loved to tell stories, and this kind of resembled one. Kind of. Sorry, it just threw me a loop, and instincts took over. And what the hell was that?
Well, what do you think it was?
It looked like you were born of flames.
Right. And?
Then became you. Okay.
Okay,
This
so
is.
again, logic, where does this take you?
You're somehow part Phoenix. That's what I'm going to run with. That's what I'm going to accept. I'm just going to leave it alone at this point because really, it doesn't really bother me. It's just
Different.
not so much difference. I've seen weird shit. And
You're
it's
calling me
just,
weird?
well, in all honesty, we're all weird in our own way. The doctor with his mask.
I mean,
Red, as you're having this conversation, as your passive perception is high enough, you notice that just behind Drakex, you're not sure when this figure got there, is this lone standing spectral humanoid shape. It's probably about 10, 15 feet behind Drakex. It's standing there with this, and all the features are as predominant and visible as if it was actually made from flesh, cloth, hair, things like that. It has facial expressions. It has this kind of long tipped ears, this long flowing hair, the eyes, a bit of a almond shape to them. The robes it wears incredibly well made, at least the expression of incredibly well made robes. And you can see the individual is just kind of standing overlooking the ocean, almost in like a reminiscent state.
Does she recognize either the person or the race of people? What can she notice?
I would say you do recognize a couple of things for free, but before I give you details, roll me a history check.
History. Oh, good. My favorite. Cool. Excellent. So that's an 11. And again, I'm going to use a help dice because, it helped so much last time. Oh, okay. So that's a 15. Haha.
Okay. So the 15, looking at it through just seeing pictures of them in books and things like that, this appears to be someone of full elven blood. A race not seen for at least 150, 200, maybe even 250 years. No one is really certain. The lore that is available to the realm gets pretty shady about the 200 to 220 years ago time.
She's
But based
going
on
to
what you've read and know, they are definitely elven. They're not elven descent. They're not half elf.
full elf.
They are full elf.
She is going to gently lay a hand on Drakix's shoulder and speak to the elf. In Elvish, of course. Hello, are you lost? Do you need some help?
For a moment, they don't move. But then when the language registers, they do turn and look at you. And it's just this oddly comforting smile that turns into almost a bit of excitement. Are you talking to me?
I am, dear, yes.
And in a flash, their body just apparates next to yours. Drakix, you are thrown off for a minute as this green, quick spark of light just appears next to you in red, and they are right to the right of both of you.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have been completely thrown off with the fact that Red actually put her hand on my shoulder because she doesn't do that. He's already confused. He's just like, huh?
What happened?
This is definitely a dream. She doesn't do this. And then the green light. She's just like, you know what?
Yeah, they just appear. Just really, that's incredible.
He's just like, you know what? I'm going to just accept all of this now. And then when I wake up, I will just look out the window, make sure that we're still in the cloud sea, and just run with it.
Right, have you not had many people speak with you before?
No, I mean, in this place, and as they gesture around, the three of you are just lifted straight up at an incredible velocity. You don't feel it on your physical bodies, so it's a little almost vertigo inducing as you don't feel the pressure of the movement. But in an instant, the three of you are hovering above a more familiar scene, directly above the Chaser of Constellations.
He's gonna look to the elf and just be like, can I learn that trick? I actually enjoy that trick. I would really like to learn this trick.
It comes with the territory. No, we don't. Well, the visitors are scarce in this place, especially those that can maintain their hold on themselves. Usually they're just wandering, reliving memories.
That speaks to how I usually arrive then.
I've heard stories, so many stories. Made me think my old captain was crazy. Now I know he was actually telling the truth. Holy shit, if I ever see him, I had to pay him 30 gold.
Is the elf speaking common or elvish?
Elvish.
Oh, you don't understand anything.
He's not. Right now, he's just talking about to himself. Like, everything he's just said was just said, like, in common, just because.
As you hear the language, but it is incredible. It is beautiful. It is flowing and elegant. But damn, I don't know what's going on.
But yeah, no, Red definitely heard the holy shit. I didn't expect the stories to be true. I need to pay my old captain, if I ever find him, 30 gold.
Do you come here willingly, or do dreams just take you when they will?
Well, it's not often we... And his head kind of snaps to the left for a second, and then resets. Sorry. Keeping myself. There are few moments, as most of us are fractured or not living.
Fractured? Okay. So are you no longer living? You just exist here within dreams?
It's very... And you see there's a incredibly, horribly awkward pause as this creature like digests that question. That's a very good question. When I do have the consciousness strength to at least enjoy what existence I have, I don't ask too many questions.
Right, I can understand that.
I just know that normally we don't see this kind of place. I'm used to seeing a landmass that floats.
Right. Oh dear. Can she pretty much intuit from that he's from like the area before the floating land masses?
Make an insight check.
Okay. You know, another one of my really great ones. Okay. That'd be a 19.
19?
Yeah.
You gather that it could either be they're used to seeing something that is familiar to like Riz or Megata, just a floating in the clouds landmass, or they could be from a time before the islands and the mountains were raised above the clouds. It's one of those two you can't quite nail down. And as you're having this conversation, you notice that starting from the boots and moving upward, you've kind of slowly noticed as little bits, little fractures of this creature's whole body have begun to just flake off.
What happens when you lose yourself when you're here?
Oh, I don't know. It's like being in a fog all the time. You don't have the access to your body or your mind. You're just wandering in a daze, I guess. I don't really remember much. I know I'm moving. How or why?
Is it more instinct that allows you to ascend into the air, or do you have to consciously think about it? I'm sorry I'm asking all these questions. I'm just so intrigued with this area.
No, it's fine. It's just, and you notice now as this creature has been forced to use more of this mental power and more of this ability to keep a cognitive thought, you're watching as more of it begins to rapidly just eat away. I think it's just able to just move because I want to. I think I just, and they don't even seem to notice this as it goes up to their torso and all the way through to their neck. And before it becomes too late, they realize, no, I want to drink. Go
on. She'll switch back to common. That was unfortunate. Perhaps if we think ourselves back on the ground, we'll be there and we can.
I need both
talk.
of you to make intelligence saving throws.
Oh, takes off. Another one of mine, not great ones. It's a 14.
Okay.
Okay. Nothing is going to save me now.
Oh no! Even all of your help dice?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2.
Oh
2.
no!
Red, you are able to keep yourself from moving. You don't go up, you don't go down, you don't go left, you go right, you just stay still. Like, okay, got this. You see Dracula's like, yeah, I can do that too. He falls.
He's gonna wait till about halfway from where they are to the deck, and then he's just gonna summon out his wings and just glide down to the deck and just be like, fuck this shit. I don't want another net trick anymore.
Okay.
Well, that's convenient. Can she kind of like slowly float back to the ground?
I would say you can move yourself to the ship.
Oh, to the ship, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So both of you get to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
After Drac kind of grabs onto the actual the banister and nonchalantly just like kind of like, I'm okay, even though it's clear the fact that he kind of currently wants to just kiss the fucking deck and just like, thank you for catching me. Thank you for catching me. He's gonna get up and look at Red, just be like, and so what did the ball of light slash elf slash I don't know what the fuck wanted to talk to you about? Clearly, you had a better conversation because I don't know shit.
Oh, right. I think he only spoke Elvish, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure he's dead. I don't know how he got here. He kept talking about being fractured. And that's kind of what the little flakes were that were coming off of him. Well, the more he concentrated on answering my questions, the more he started to disappear.
I'm gonna ask both of you a question real quick. In this moment, where do you feel your character's visual attention will be focused?
Her attention would be focused on probably Drac and the rest of the ship, because she wasn't there last time that they were all on the ship.
Drackix?
Yeah, Drackix, yeah.
His attention would be on her, like out of the corner of his eye, to like just to like give her attention.
Mm-hmm.
But he would be more looking towards probably the helm and the doors leading down into the bowels of the ship.
As you're looking out over the helm and the distance behind it, hearing Red's voice, it begins to become a little distant, fuzzy almost. It's just the entirety of your focus looks to this dark blanket that is beginning to rapidly make its way towards you. And when I say a dark blanket, I mean it is this massively large, just there is light, and then there's absolute dark of midnight darkness, and it is sweeping across the entire horizon and rapidly making its way towards the two of you.
Looking at it, does the scales on the back of Drac's neck stand up out of concern?
Well, it's this incredible darkness approaching towards you, so yeah, it's pretty concerning.
Is Red within arm's reach?
Oh, easily. I'm sure Red, I imagine would be close enough?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, he's gonna pick her up, say, I don't know what the fuck that is, but we're getting inside. And he's gonna run down into the bowels of the ship.
Okay. As you open the door and rush through, the entire scene changes, and you are standing upon solid grass ground. It's darker, early dusk, and there is this horrible stench of death in the air.
Red still in his arm, like.
And as you look around over it, you see this decently well-made town, but you just see just endless fallen humanoid creatures just laying down. Some draped over a well, some just dead in the street. And you see off, not too far in distance, you see a very familiar, long, beaked mask with a dark, wide-brimmed hat, kneeling down with two humanoid individuals in their arms. One, a probably younger, but old enough to be a parent female, and a much smaller, younger child. And then even further in that distance, you can see almost perched above this well, the form of Eva, just overlooking everything happening here.
He's gonna blink a couple of times and then look down to Red. And then he's gonna I'm sorry, instinct kicked in. Let me put you down.
Right.
He's gonna...
Eva, as you are overlooking this familiar memory in this dream place, you feel your body attuning to this dream and the energies created from the doctor's mind, and it begins to pull it inward, and you can feel yourself regaining that lost strength, and that need to feed begins to slowly subside as you cannot look away from the horrific scene of the doctor holding his now twice dead wife and child. Doctor, your consciousness comes to in this familiar, horrible memory. What do you do?
I would continue embracing their bodies and crying.
Okay.
You just have Drac walking forward, careful not to like nudge any of the bodies because he doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Tail just like elevated too, so he just kind of like looks very, very weird as he walks over.
Make a perception check for me.
God damn it all. Can you give me something I could roll that actually has a modifier to it?
No.
I believe the answer to that is get good, scrub.
You're getting details. I just need to know how many details you're getting.
It's a
That's
skill
a
issue.
6.
6? Okay, that's fine. Looking around, you can definitely tell a lot of individuals that are just laying on the ground, they're not napping. They are dead. But it's strange. You do get a decent look at one of them, and they have on just very nice clothing. Clothing you would bury somebody in. But that clothing is muddy and dirty. And you can see, you get one just quick glance at an individual who happens to be face up, and their entire face is this awful pale white skin with these thick black veins running through it.
Would he recognize what may have caused that?
Nope. Not with a 6.
Not with a 6.
He's just gonna look at that's fugly and then just keep going. Eventually gonna stand over by Eva.
So, Doctor, given your passive perception, you do notice a new sound of heavy footfalls.
I look up towards them.
I don't know. Is Red following me, by the way, or am I just like walking through this valley, this procession of death as it stands?
She's following in a sense. She's headed towards Eva, though.
Oh no, Drac is also heading towards Eva. He's not trying to bother the doctor at the moment because he understands the pain that the doc is going through, and he's trying to give him his space. It's another thing if the doc calls him over, then he'll go over there, but he's not going to impose himself.
Okay.
Right.
And eventually, when he gets by Ava's side, he's going to go like, so, are you trying to act like a stone gargoyle?
Sometimes you just need a vantage point to see things from.
That's fair. That is very fair. Well, from one weird dream to another.
Weird? What part of ours was weird?
Oh, I'm sorry. You did not see the blanket of darkness that all of a sudden appeared that made me pick you up and run down through into the galley. Well, what would have been the galley, but here we are.
So maybe doors are a little different here?
Well, it doesn't matter. As long as we're away from that, I'm perfectly fine.
Right.
I just did not think it would have been good if we stayed there for that thing.
True. Is this the first place you showed up in, Eva?
Well, it was the first place I met up with one of you. I've found the dock here before.
Right. Well, we came from another place. On the ground, I think.
From the way that it looked, maybe. I don't know. That's...
Well, there was a vast body of water, sandy beach, grass, a
Forest.
volcano.
Yes.
Eva just eyes red, knowing.
Yeah, I think she's a phoenix, but I'm just gonna leave it alone because at this point it doesn't really matter to me.
He saw me come out of a volcano.
Yes.
Quite impressive.
Well, it felt
very
weird.
much so. It definitely looked weird. And then she saw a mode of light that she was speaking to in some really beautiful language. And
Elvish.
I have... Okay, I'm sorry. I've never heard it before. Okay, I don't know what it was. Now that I know, thank you very much.
And Drac, it's just that is a bit strange to you because you're like Elvish. It's no one speaks that. It's a dead language.
Once again, on the chart of weird shit he's seen and been through,
his weird shit-o-meter is going off.
The fact that somebody speaks Elvish for the hell of it.
Oh, so then I should probably tell you that it was an elf I was speaking with.
They're dead.
Uh-huh.
Well, then again, it's
this
from...
one was dead, so...
Well, from the stories, is that if you can perceive your dreams while on the cloud sea, you do see apparitions that, if you're lucky, will try to talk to you. Though those were stories, things to keep sailors up at night, to make sure of the fact that, because it said that like, if you talk to them, they'll take your soul and you'll never wake up again. Clearly, that's not true because I still have mine because I was listening to it. And
Trackix, make a Christmas save there for me.
God,
I'm kidding.
He just beat me to it. I was gonna look at him and say, "Are you sure about that? You're still not
right
awake yet."
I'm kidding.
That's 24. That is 24.
Fail.
Yeah, you fail. Sorry.
Your soul is
gone.
mine.
The elf is gonna inhabit your body now. It's all right.
Sorry, had to make a joke.
I know. It's fine. It's fine. I'm pretty sure somewhere Drax sold his soul without actually knowing it, and we're just coming back full circle for that. But
I need you at next level to be in Warlock against your will. Thank you.
A Warlock it in. That's great.
Oh, that'll be hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, they're apparently in this dream realm, for lack of better terminology, there are souls, including elven souls.
That lines up, I guess.
True.
As I said, the first time I've been with you guys was a different place, so yeah,
Right.
I've seen them. I tried to talk to one.
This one actually spoke back, but he kind of seemed surprised that I was able to speak to him, or maybe see him. I'm not entirely certain which one it was, but I know speak for sure. Then the more he seemed to concentrate on answering my questions, the less corporeal he seemed to be, in a way. Until he ended up vanishing.
It looked like the more he talked, the more he gave up.
Right.
I mean, logically, that makes sense. Honestly, it takes energy to stay anywhere, so.
And he said there are more of them.
Oh, yeah. Dozens. At least
There's at least 20, right, Eva? When we were in the
in the actual chaser, yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm the one I missed. Right, got it.
Yes.
Can't get lucky every time, dear.
At this point, he's just gonna kind of look to everybody and just like, if you're ever in my dream, just watch your steps. You don't want to be in that one, ever.
No steps if I'm flying, right?
No, because of cannon fire. And he will not elaborate any further than that.
Okay.
And Red is going to kind of turn to look at the doctor and see how he's doing.
I mean, you easily probably notice he's still shaking and trembling, still embracing the two bodies. After a moment, he would close their eyes if they're still open and lay them down gently. And stand up, brush the dirt off his knees, and deep breath and come over.
That can't be easy to relive.
I relive it every night.
Doesn't make it easier.
Well, wasn't expecting to see you two here, but I guess you should be expecting it these days.
Right.
Pretty sure we're all connected now at this point. We'll be seeing a lot of each other from here on out.
Seems to be that way.
More than likely.
Probably.
Well, were there any answers you were seeking that you could possibly find here, Doctor?
No.
All right.
If you know a place, let me know.
I probably don't know half the questions you have.
I definitely don't. I don't know shit.
Eva and Doctor. as this conversation is, and red too, yours is high enough. Sorry, Jacket.
It's fine. We all know for a fact that I'm not the most perceptive of the group.
The three of you notice next to one of these unconscious and dead villagers is another spectral form kneeling down next to it. Familiar to, at this point, I believe, all of you, as it is this long-eared, well-dressed, long-haired, but completely green, translucent humanoid creature that just seems to be overlooking and examining, looking at this dead villager.
Can I try insight to see if it's in an inquisitive way, recognition, or anything like that?
Sure, roll an insight check.
That's an 18.
As you're looking at the way this individual is staring at this unconscious body, this dead body, they definitely seem to be interested, and in a completely inquisitive manner. Doesn't seem to be nefarious, doesn't seem to recognize anything, but just seems to be overlooking it. But as you're watching this happen, you do notice it almost seems to be like an image placed on a constant loop. As they'll you see them look, the head moves left, right, and the arm reaches down to touch, and instead of withdrawing back naturally, the whole thing just resets. And their head cocks to the left, cocks to the right. They reach down, reset.
Maybe this is one of the fractured ones the other elf was talking about.
Are they only able to be spoken to in Elvish?
I would think it would probably depend upon what languages they spoke when they were living, but did you want me to ask him any questions?
I want to try one of my languages first. If it doesn't react, then yes.
Be my guest.
I'd walk over to this individual and I start speaking in Celestial.
Okay. It does not react.
Okay. What about Nosh?
It does not react.
All right. I just turn to red and, well, seems that doesn't work.
All right, my turn. And she will go over and kind of crouch in front of the person to see if they can draw their attention at all and speak in Elvish.
Okay. What do you say?
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
And as its face and form just snaps to look at you, the voice comes in waves and as if a dozen whispers behind every word. Hello, 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 hello. Can you see me.
I can see you, yes. Are you all right?
I don't, no, where, I am.
Well, that makes two of us. I'm not entirely certain myself. Are you stuck?
Stuck. You can see its eyes like look around, trying to like comprehend just that thought process.
Oh, jeez.
And
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Sure.
All right. I have it prepared, so it's just an action.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. There is no magic.
There's no magic on this individual?
No.
And nothing residual within the dream itself?
No.
Okay. And just one question leaves another. I'll hold concentration for the whole 10 minutes, just in case.
Okay.
If you have any questions, this one's less stable than the last.
Does he know that person?
Do you know the person in front of you?
No.
He doesn't.
Have you seen it before?
This disease?
Yes.
Have you seen the effects of this disease before?
And you can watch as it looks down at this body that has this extremely pale skin, these thick veins of black underneath the skin. And you see it takes its spectral hand and kind of touches it. And then it looks to you, Red, and its mouth begins to open to speak or to scream. But its mouth just keeps opening. Larger and larger. I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me.
Cool. Charisma save. That'd be a 24.
Okay.
Nice.
You resist the possession, but the frame spiderweb cracks instantly and then shatters, knocking you back onto the ground as this image just invades your mind. And you are just very blurred, tunnel visioned. You're drug through the doorway that got you here from the ship. And then across the deck, down the doorway, to the boxes. The runes all light up and glow, and you're yanked past them. It hurts. You actually, given that, a second here, because things happened.
Oh no!
Oops, dropped one. You take 8 points of psychic damage as you are yanked through whatever wards are on these boxes. And you're yanked inside of it. Inside of it, you get this quick, brief flash of other scenarios before you're pulled through and you're looking over this impossible vision as you've already seen before in this dreamscape. There is land beneath you, clouds above you. And you can see as these thick, large tendrils of black begin to just overgrow the ground and the land. And it begins to dig into the ground, tearing up whatever it is in its way. It's underneath and comes back up, almost just like these horrible vines growing over the entire landscape. And you can watch as you see mountains. You see this ring of arcane runes light, and you watch as a mountain is lifted off the ground.
Is there a way that she can go into her phoenix form and kind of fly around and see what she can see from there?
Yeah. We will roll a dream search. Roll D100.
jeez, okay. 100, got it. Do I have that? Okay, I do. All right.
Do you... Now, I'm also going to roll a d100.
Okay.
Before you roll, do you want to roll above me or below me?
I will have to roll again. I'm going to say above you.
Okay.
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 That'd be an 83.
I rolled a 55.
Uh-huh.
So you rolled above my roll.
All right.
You are able to successfully will whatever phoenix blood from whatever ancestor resides, who knows how far back in your blood. You are able to momentarily, in this dream space, solidify that blood link to your origin line of magic and sorceress power. And you explode into flame and wing and feather. What do you do?
She's going to try and fly high and see what she can observe from up here about how the runes work, and maybe see if she can tell if there's an origin point for those black tendrils.
Okay. As you fly up and look around, there's no need for a perception check here. It just looks like the runes are wrapped around the landmass as it is being uplifted, and whatever tendrils are beneath you are sourceless and incomprehensibly endless.
Okay, can she tell what the tendrils are made of?
They just look like this thick, black, almost this solidified ink, but also bark or some kind of either wood or chitinous scatterings.
Kill it with fire. Got it.
Then you are ripped from this,
Oh, no.
essentially this vision within a dream, as your body and your head hits the ground and you're brought back.
Oh my, that was a lot.
From our perspective, what all happened?
You watched as the creature, its jaw extended incredibly large, and then it shattered, knocking her back. She landed, and you can see she looks shaken because she got fucking blasted.
The doctor would go over to her and check on her, make sure she's okay, and help her up.
Thank you. Well, I saw a lot. I think somehow whatever's in those boxes on the deck, or not on the deck, but under the deck in the cargo bay, have something to do with elven souls. Because when I was blasted backwards, I was yanked back all the way back to the ship through the door that you and I came through, Drax, down to the box. And the runes were lit up on the box. And I went inside the box. And all of a sudden, I was back where we came into the dream trackings. And I saw black tendrils coating the grass, covering it an immense amount. They looked to be wooden or chitinous or some kind of organic material. And I also saw, and if these dreams are true, possibly the lifting of the land into the clouds. I saw the runes around the outside, like around the edges, as the land was being lifted into the air.
Just to give a bit of context to this bit of lore, that is, to all of you, pretty much impossible because there is nothing beneath the clouds.
There has to be something
That's
down
not
there.
terrifying.
Well, I think maybe we have our answers to what's in the box. At least a part of it.
Maybe the answer to what wiped out my village.
Unfortunately, no.
You say that you think the box has to do with elven souls?
Well, the elven soul blasted me back into the box. Like into it, through the wood. Just sucked me straight inside.
But does it have any reason to latch on to you? Like,
I mean, I wouldn't think so. As far as I know, there's no elven blood in me.
It could have been the individual you were talking to.
True. And the individual I was talking to happened to be an elf. Why would I get blasted back to the box?
Why would he shatter?
But why the box specifically?
Soul Remnant pulled it back into it. You were in the affected zone. Thought you were part of it.
It's got something to do with either dreams or elven souls. Whatever's in the box. It has to.
well, that's comforting. Maybe I shouldn't go look at them.
I want to throw them overboard, honestly.
Mm.
I don't.
You want to throw the boxes overboard?
Well, I really want to throw the two individuals overboard and then break those boxes open to figure out what's going on.
Right. Well, if the box possibly has some sort of magic that contains elven souls, we might want answers from those two first.
I'm pretty sure we'll only get answers over my dead body or theirs.
Either way, there's no answers there.
Can I make an intelligence roll to interpret the vision of the land and tendrils?
What are you trying to discern?
I'm trying to discern if what she was shown was because of the question, had this person seen this disease before? And if those tendrils are connected to the disease.
Fair point.
Sure. Intelligence roll.
That is a 24.
Good lord.
24.
19 plus 5.
Okay.
I think I will throw a help dice on it. I want it more, actually.
Okay.
I want more.
Nice.
This is important to me.
This is important to me.
I mistyped that.
It's okay.
That's a 4, so 28 total.
28 total. That is fantastic. The 28. There is the similarities there. You're not sure if you're grasping at straws, just looking for an answer, or if there's actually some kind of a sound connection. But there is obvious, iconic similarities. Tendrils, veins, digging through land, digging through people.
Black.
But you don't have enough to go on to feel confident. It's still in that zone of like it's a it's a tinfoil helmet theory or it's a soundproof
So Ron has a theory in his head for it that I would like to let you know and see if this is too far stretching it or not. If the doctor will be able to discern this as a theory or not. From as far as we are aware, this is the first outbreak of this disease. There's been no records, no mentions of it. And the tendrils were involved in the raising of land. From our knowledge, elves disappeared 200 years ago. So, could these tendrils have evolved into this disease as why it's happening now? Or is this more or less information about these tendrils I don't have? But that is my thought process.
Okay.
And you can let me know if that's good for the doctor to have this process or not.
I would say he's welcome to that thought process.
Okay.
Nailing it down, proving it true, who knows?
Mm-hmm. He'll be thinking on this for quite a bit.
Okay.
The specter that Red saw, have we seen any others come up around us in this time?
As you begin to think about that, you do begin to see them at the very edges of your vision. They just seem to be wandering in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They just seem to be aimlessly wandering. Some moving smoothly, some a little more janky or jittery.
Should we talk to them?
I'm not sure. Part of me wants to just let them be so that they don't disappear, but maybe disappearing is good for them. I don't know.
Well, the one I talked to said that when he does disappear, he turns into kind of like a fog. Everything's blurry and...
Let's say Eva and Doctor. Two of you notice that some of the bodies that were here originally are beginning to get up.
Instinctually, I am casting Chill Touch on the corpses.
Okay, roll a hit.
That is a 23.
That hits. Damage.
That is 4 damage. They cannot recover hit points until the start of their next my next turn, and they have disadvantage on all attacks against me.
Okay, it's still moving. And all of you watch as the doctor just... How do you cast your spell? What does your chill touch look like?
Instinctually, upon seeing the bodies rising, in a very quick motion, he goes to his waist belt and pulls out his steel syringe with a red liquid inside it, and immediately begins, in his native tongue, Ganache, verbally casting a spell, making the sigils symbols with his syringe, and sending the green spectral hand out to grab this creature.
Okay. So the three of you watch as the doctor quickly pulls that large syringe from his side, and as he traces it through the air, you watch as this little trickle of this crimson liquid seems to suspend itself in the air as it makes a familiar arcane symbol, and he pushes the syringe through the middle of it as this spectral green hand just rips through this creature that is beginning to get up. The creature takes it and reacts, but still its hand hits the ground and its leg plants itself and it begins to rise up. What are the rest of you doing?
Oh, well.
As you look around now, there's probably about 5 of these creatures beginning to rise up, as there's also the, probably say 6 or 7 at this time, the green spectral forms just aimlessly wandering through this space.
Important question before we do anything. Are we currently fully rested, even though we're dreaming?
I would say, given that this is a dreamscape, you can consider yourselves rested, and as you normally project yourself in your dreams. So if you project yourself with all of your things on you, if that's just your common headspace for yourself, you would have all of your things on you.
Good. I've been operating on 2 spell slots.
That's the reason why I'm asking, because I have none.
Right. So now I have 1 spell slot used and I have the rest back. Okay.
But I would still have those 8 HP gone, yeah?
You would, yes.
Yep.
Drac is fully armed. Well, he's been fully armed this entire time. But as he looks around, there's like a small pulse of lightning over his longsword in his hand.
Okay.
As if like he's just waiting for the moment to use it. He's not doing anything. Shield in hand, longsword in hand, and he's just like, either I don't want to get swarmed at this rate, and it feels like that's what's going to happen. So does anybody have a way to wake us all up?
No, but I have a way to take a few of them down.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything in this immediate moment?
Question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Given that the dream is still in process, how much of the hunger is still there?
I would say that you have been able to satiate yourself. You're fine. The moment that your hunger required from the pain of the memory has passed.
Okay.
Question: how close is Drackets to me?
How close would all of you have been?
I was next to Red, but I don't know if we said about going back to each other or not.
Well, he was next to Ava by the...
So I would say that the party is currently a bit split, with Red and Doctor being anywhere from 15 to 20 feet away from Drackix and Eva.
Okay. Would I be allowed to close the distance to Drackix and use a bonus action?
I would say you've already used your action, because we are about to go into initiative. So we're just going to give everybody an action here.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything?
Nope.
Okay.
She was immediately going to reach out with Scorching Ray and blast 3 of these things.
Okay. I will say you can...
He's going to wield the storm.
Okay. Eva?
I don't know what's going on.
You're going to kill my neighbors again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your hits, Red.
Okay, so there's 3 of them. First one is a 18 to hit.
Hits.
Do you want me to roll my hits first and then my damage?
However you like.
Okay, cool. So the first one takes 4 damage.
Okay.
Second one is 21 to hit.
Hits.
And that'll be 19 damage.
9 damage.
Or 9 damage, my bad.
You
Yeah.
say 19. Hold on.
19, yes. It should have had a +6 there, but we'll roll with it. That's a 16, the way that it rolled, but I hit the +6 one.
And that hits.
And that's 10 damage.
Okay. Trackix.
Oh no, it's an action to transform his longsword into a lightning bolt.
Okay.
So it would have to be on his next turn that he can start throwing it at people.
Okay. With that, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
All right.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Anybody above 20?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And 2015.
18.
15.
14, 10.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. 9 to 5.
5.
6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great job, guys.
Hey.
All right. Top of initiative is Trackix. You watch as Red lets out 3 quick beams of this compressed fire energy, and two of the creatures just get hit hard. They actually stumble backwards before they have to regain their stance. The third one, you just watch as this almost like basketball sized hole is cauterized through its upper torso, and it just crumples into nothing. Like it actually like ashes away into nothingness.
Okay.
I would say closest
Alright,
to
who
you.
brought the zombies?
Under 2 safe for me.
He's just going to launch this at the first one.
Okay. Are you going to go for... Because right now there's currently 4 on the playing field.
There is 4.
You've got 2 that
But
look
the
a little
one
weaker and 2 that look pretty stout.
He's going to go for one of the stout ones.
Okay, we'll hit.
Thankfully, this is an 80-foot range, so it doesn't matter where they are currently.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
For 7 lightning damage.
Okay, I've got it.
I wouldn't be allowed to throw in some radiant on that, would I?
Let me look at your features for this. Is this your channel divinity?
No, never mind. It's a melee weapon attack. Yeah, channel divinity's ranged.
Yeah, it is ranged. Now there is one smite spell you could top on it, but I'll let you figure out which one it is. There's 1 or 2 that don't require it to be melee. I'll let you figure those out.
All of my smites are all melee weapon. All of mine that I currently have are all melee weapon.
Yep, I believe it's yeah, I know which one you need. You'll find it one day.
I have grabbed all of the smites I can grab.
It must be
I will find it
second
another
or
day.
third. Yeah. You're gonna find it, and it's good. All right,
Yeah,
so
that'd be the end of my turn.
Okay. So Red, actually, excuse me, Eva, as Drackix is next to you. You watch as his longsword for a moment, he almost like raises it up like he's going to throw the longsword. And you're like, what is he going to? And then the longsword just turns into this probably 6-foot long bolt of compressed pure lightning, and he just hucks it.
3 foot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
3 foot tangible lightning bolt.
Excuse me, I thought it said 6.
It's okay. I told the same thing till before, but it's like,
oh
I
no,
would
right
just
there.
left it at 6 because that's a little more impressive,
3 foot.
honestly.
nah.
We'll say that we'll save 6 feet for crit. So it's this 3 foot long compressed lightning bolt, and he just hucks it at not the nearest one, but pretty close, and it just wrecks right through this undead appearing creature that is still standing, mind you, and still lumbering towards you. But it is your turn, Eva. What do you do? Unless you want to move Drakex. My apologies.
Nope. He's gonna stand in front of her and kind of act as a shield, if anything.
Okay.
And it also, like, as it touches and kind of burns a hole through it, it appears back in his hand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Eva, your turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of tilt my head as I peek around Drax's waist and see if I can spot one of these things lumbering my way.
You certainly can. I would say in your immediate vision, there are 2 that seem to be kind of coming towards the 2 of you.
Is one more scary than the other?
One's not more scary. One's more visibly damaged.
Then I'm actually gonna go for the other one.
Okay.
Peek around the other side of Drax's waist and just give a dissonant whispers towards it.
Okay, I believe that is a saving throw of some kind on my end.
That is Wisdom 15, please.
That is a fail.
Ooh.
Oh, 11 damage.
Okay. As you extend your hand through the incantation and you speak these words, Drakex, you hear these voices just surround you, and you can almost physically see them, almost like heat waves in the air as they move towards the creature, and they pass over the creature, seemingly to ineffectively do anything. You just watch as this ball of noise and whispers just passes through the creature.
And this creature is immediately going to start moving as far as it can away from me.
It would if the creature didn't just completely stop moving and almost seem to seize up.
Mm. 1 minute, yeah. Bonus action, I'll cast Kinetic Jaunt on myself.
Okay.
That'll be my turn for now.
All right. Red. One of these creatures closes the distance.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. I forgot my bonus action last turn. Whatever. It's fine. Oh.
But as it reaches out with its fists to just try and clock you, you just move out of the way.
Ah, nice.
The second one comes up, seeing its undead ally unable to do anything worth anything. It will reach out with its hand, trying to grab you by the face.
Mm-hmm.
And it also misses. As its hand comes out towards you, you just smack it aside. Doctor, it is your turn.
All right. I am next to Red. Are these things in melee with me?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. That means Red's in melee with me too. Is there a way I can maneuver to only have them in my melee and not red?
I would say it'd be possible, absolutely.
Okay. I would do so, and I would immediately cast Word of Radiance.
Ooh,
I need a con
fancy.
save from both of them, please.
From both of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is your DC?
13 for the con save.
One succeeds, one does not.
Okay. Well, one will be taking the d6 of radiant damage.
Okay.
That is a 4.
The creature turns to ash.
Okay. See, the one that has my hand on it, the spectral hand on it, is it still up or no?
No, you just obliterated it.
Cool. Then that's my action. I don't have anything for a bonus action I can do at the moment, so that would
Okay.
be my turn.
Red, your turn.
Excellent. So, bonus action is going to be Wreath of the Phoenix.
Okay. Describe what that looks like for everybody, please.
So, in an instant, you see fire begin to move beneath Red's skin, and it spreads out across the surface of her, and her eyes start to glow like burnished embers. Just this bright golden yellow color. And she is encased in flames. But it doesn't appear to hurt her at all.
Okay.
Okay, so she is going to. How many are left?
There are currently 2 that are left standing. One is close to you, one is close to your other teammates.
How far away is the other one, the far one?
It has not moved in to attack yet, so it's still about 35, 40 feet away from you.
Excellent. So she's going to twin this spell and hit both of them.
Okay, what are you twinning?
Firebolt.
Okay, roll to hit for each, please.
All right. First one is
Ooh.
hold on. Her features. Let me make sure what this Wreath of the Phoenix does. Nope, it doesn't help with the hit. It helps with the damage,
Don't
but not the
believe
hit.
it. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So me,
So the
first
one next to you misses.
and the other one probably also misses at a 13.
Nope, that hits. Roll your damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. So base damage is base damage is a 2. However, the Wreath of the Phoenix bypasses resistances, which I'm sure it doesn't have resistance.
Correct.
And I'm gonna spend another sorcery point, which for a total of 2 spent this round.
Okay.
To deal additional damage on for my charisma modifier, so that's another 4 damage.
Okay. That creature turns to ash.
Oh, and for what it's worth, the flames stay; they don't go away on her. She's just on fire
Just
right
on
now.
fire. Okay. So, Doctor, as you were standing next to Red, she is on fire.
All right.
Track, nothing seen. Red, stop, drop, and roll.
Stop, drop, and roll. You can do it on your turn because it is your turn. You can You can ask her to stop, drop, and roll. Did you say command?
No, he does not have
That'd
command.
be so funny.
It would be hilarious.
She would still be on fire. Continue.
Yeah, she definitely would. He's just gonna look over and just gonna be like, "Fuck this shit," and he's gonna chuck the lightning bolts at the last one standing.
Okay, roll to hit.
That is a 21.
Yeah, that hits.
For another 7 points of damage.
And that creature turns to ash. And for the moment, aside from the spectral figures who just are aimlessly wandering this space, the threat has seemed to vanish.
I should note, I've held detect magic the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Did they glow with necrotic energies?
They did not.
That's important to know.
You know what? We're gonna do this. Are those spectral beings within 60 feet of the group?
Some are, yeah.
Rack is gonna use Divine Sense just to get an idea of what the fuck is going on.
Okay.
Are
What do
they
you pick up with
celestial
that?
fiend or undead?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting.
There goes my theory about your god fucking with us.
And they're not like under the effect of the Hallow spell, right?
Nope.
Okay.
But I will say that as the four of you are looking around trying to figure out what happens, Eva just vanishes.
What?
Oh, bye.
Remember the Rick.
And we're gonna go to break. Okay, fine.
Son of a peach.
Mhm.
All right, everybody, we're gonna go to break. We're gonna get, as I say every Wednesday, it's D&D night, so go get snacks. I'm gonna go get snacks, so you should go get snacks too. I don't know what I'm gonna have yet, but I'm sure I'll share with everybody when I get back. Until then, enjoy the break. We'll be gone about 15, 20, no, 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll be back. So until then, have fun, enjoy the music, and eat your snacks.
Max.
And welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out during our break. Hopefully you went and got snacks. I just had water because I forgot to go. I'll get snacks later, I promise. Come on, everybody here knows me. I'm a fat kid. I'm going to need my snacks later.
Sure.
So I'm going to get...
The fattest beanpole we've ever seen.
All right, then. So, getting right back into it. Red, Trakix, Doctor. The three of you look around as Eva has vanished.
Was there any effect, or was it just like
She's just
instant
gone. Instantly gone.
Fred's gonna try and figure out where she went.
Okay.
Nice knowing you guys.
Yeah, no. Drac is immediately just gonna go be like, what the fuck happened? Like, she was just standing behind me.
Yeah. Like, what is going on?
Okay.
Is there a way the doctor can try to wake himself up, like will himself to wake up to go check on her?
How do you want to do this?
I guess the same way he would always try to wake up from his nightmares is just thinking about it and trying to will it into existence. To wake up. This is not happening. You need to wake up.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
That's an 8.
8. As you focus on this, you try to center yourself and find that space. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You open your eyes and you look and you watch as Red just vanishes from sight.
Oh,
I looked at Drax. Is like, are they just waking up? or is it something else?
He just like kind of looks. I'm just like, I don't know. This is not within my wheelhouse.
It's not in mine either.
Look, if you won, Drac is willing to just like punch you straight in the face and see what happens.
Not entirely sure how effective that would actually be.
Do you punch the doctor?
I don't know. Is it gonna piss me off some more?
Oh no.
I can. Since we're in our dream bodies. Nothing from the dream world has affected us in the physical yet, right?
Why do you make it sound like that? Why do you ask that type of question?
Because I have an idea. And it's only if Brandon allows it.
What do you want to do?
Can I use Wither and Bloom to both do damage and heal the same individual?
Can you send the spell to the tabletop?
I can.
Thank you. I don't see why you couldn't, based upon the wording of the spell.
I'm just going to look to Drax. Do you trust me? We are in the same room. Wake me up as soon as you wake up.
He's going to shrug and just be like, okay, let's do this.
I am going to cast Wither and Bloom. You can choose to fail it if you wish.
He will fail it.
Okay, roll your damage.
You take 8 necrotic damage, and you can roll a hit die to heal.
Okay. Track X, your body is momentarily racked with necrotic power and pain. You feel the life force just being pulled from you. But you're still conscious.
He's going to look at the doc.
Add 5 to that, by the way.
and just be like, that fucking hurt.
But you're
Then
fine.
he's going to just...
You feel fine. As
Yeah,
you
now he's just
took
gonna
8
punch him
damage and then
right.
healed 12.
Healed
More
17,
like healed
actually.
17.
Because you get a plus.
Thank you.
He gets to use my modifier.
It did nothing to me whatsoever. He's just going to just try to sock the freaking doctor right across the face.
Okay. Doctor, do you dodge it?
I'll attempt to.
Okay, roll to hit.
It'll be hilarious if that's a 15.
Shield.
Oh, you take your just knuckled, scaled up dragonborn fist, and you're like, ah! And you're like, oh, I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna hit. And then just about an inch from where perfect square of the jaw should be, your fist just stops, and all that force hits this arcane barrier that has surrounded the doctor's body.
From AC
He
to
just,
16.
You pull your fist back. You're like, oh, like it's kind of numb.
He just kind of looks at his hand real quick for a moment and just goes, I guess you don't trust me, you asshole.
You didn't ask permission. You just did it. It's instinct.
Doctor, you notice as more shambling creatures are beginning to just appear, either climbing up out of a well, walking out of a door, but they are just beginning to.
Are we talking zombies or are we talking?
Oh, yes. Zombies.
I'm
not
going
the
to look
spectral forms you're seeing. They're still just about their own business. They're not paying any of you attention.
How many?
That's a fantastic question to ask my dice bag.
Remember, he said bag, not even dice. He said bag.
As you do that, while you're doing that, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast magic weapon onto Draxus's longsword.
8.
Lightning bolt, actually, currently.
Well, it's now a +1 for 1
hour. How long
hour.
does that last, Trackix?
My lightning bolt lasts for a minute.
A minute has passed.
Okay, then, so it's back to a longsword. All right, so it's still a +1.
It's a +1 longsword for the next hour. I do not have to maintain concentration on that. That is an innate ability.
It's 8 zombie creatures that all have the same similar features, almost like they're perfectly cookie cuttered out of your memory, Doctor. Pale skin, darkened black veins over their body, and they're just coming out. These ones seem a little more strangely cognitive, almost like hunting.
He's gonna look to Red and just be like,
she's not there.
Red's not there.
Yeah, Red disappeared.
I thought Ava just disappeared. Son of a
Both
whore.
of them disappeared.
Both of them did.
Fuck. He's gonna, at this point, he just like looks over to the doctor and be like, I hate this shit.
I survived them once before. Do you want to fight him or should we run? I'm good for either.
He's just going to let's see. 8 of them, 2 of us. Nah, fuck that shit. He's just gonna grab the back of Doctor's coat, the collar, and just be like, listen. Just blast them, we run. And he's just booking it.
Okay, where do you go? You look around, what you see is about 8 of these creatures begin to come out of doors. One crawls out of the well and it's just fucking starting to come for you. You can see there may be somewhere you could hide in a building, perhaps, but outside that, it's kind of just this simply put together. It's not like backwater or shambled, but it's just a lower population town.
Can I use my memory to find us a spot to hide?
You would know of many of buildings you could just duck into.
How far is the church from us?
The church itself, from where you're at, you're not too far from the well, because that's where Eva was perched. The church itself would probably be about 80 to 100 feet away.
Would there be a cellar in the church?
Would your character have...
I grew up in that church.
That you did. It's a very good point. I would say this church would have a cellar.
I'm going to tell Jax we need to go to the cellar in the church. Easiest place to barricade and funnel.
Drac is going to pull a Dorothy, and as he's running, is just imagining the ship in his mind, the deck and everything.
Okay.
And when they get to the door, that is what he's hoping to see when he gets there.
Okay. Roll a D100.
Okay. $59.
59. You open the door. Do you pause to look through the door before you go through it, or do you both just charge through the door?
No. He's just, mind is focused. Open door, go through.
Okay. You open the door and you both go through it, and you're in the cargo layer of the ship.
Okay.
He
I shut
slams
the
the
door
door shut
behind us.
behind
Yeah.
him, by the way.
You
Yeah.
slam the door shut.
And at this point is when he actually just drops the dock next to him, just goes, I didn't think that was going to work.
What did
Holy
you do?
shit, that worked.
How'd you do that?
I just thought of somewhere that would be better suited. And my first thought was the ship.
Is my detect magic still going?
I would say it's a 10-minute spell. Yeah, I'd say it's still going.
We're in the cargo room.
Mm-hmm.
Is that box there?
It is.
Is it glowing?
You're not in range.
Does he mention it to Drac?
I probably speak out loud, honestly, at this point, because this is a lot going on. I need to process things aloud. Okay. We can change locations by opening doors and willing, I'm assuming, the location we're wanting. My detect magic's still going off. We're in the cargo bay. You said the box still here. Is this our actual ship, or is this a dream ship?
No idea. He just grabs the dock once again by the collar and just starts walking over to where the box was.
As you begin to
He
get
figures-
closer, Doctor, something blindingly bright comes into your field of vision.
Okay.
And you have to focus for a minute. Drakex, what you see is a familiar male figure dressed in green and black clothing. Arms crossed and accompanied by a slightly shorter female in familiar clothing.
His first thought is, fuck, you're here in the dream too? God damn it.
And you watch as these two look at each other, a little confused, and look back to the two of you. And then they speak in a language neither of you know.
Where's Red when you need her?
Doc's going to look at him and be like, I'm afraid we don't understand what you're saying. He's just being common. I haven't met these people yet.
You have not. You've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
You're aware of who they are. And you see as the slightly larger framed male looks at the female and just gives a strange bit of a smile as he reaches for that source of bright magic in your vision, Doctor. It's an object that's kept at his right waist. And he pulls the object from it. And as he does, you watch as this spectral green blade seems to just almost piecemeal itself together.
This is aggressive action. I am going to activate my mask on him.
Okay.
He needs to make me a wisdom save. DC 15.
That would be a natural 20.
Of course it was. Well, my mask will glow. My arcane green, no effect. First person to make the save too.
Yep. And you watch as he takes the weapon, gives it a bit of a flourish, and then with his free hand, he just like flicks something at the two of you. I need both of you to make charisma saving throws, please.
Yay. It's probably a fail.
I'm rolling a d4 for this one.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll make a difference.
That's a 19.
Okay.
I don't know if a D4 would make enough of a difference on this. If I max roll it, maybe I'll go for it. Please give me a 4. That's a 1. That's a 10 total.
Okay. Both of you wake up in the infirmary.
I just look to Drax.
I'm not gonna lie. First thing Drakix does is start reaching for his sword, which, as he realizes, he didn't. It's on the other side of the bed, not at his waist. And he goes like, "Okay, okay, I didn't sleep with it on me. Okay, that means that we're awake now."
So those people can dream walk too.
What the fuck did they throw at us?
I think
For that matter, let's not even get
Did
into
this-
that. Let's
did
go
this-
find it.
I'm actually curious. Did this feel like when the vampire dropped us back to our bodies in the dream walk?
It seems similar. It seemed like some sort of just shunt or expulsion.
Okay. Just want to have that noted.
Okay. Eva, you have been woken up by the person that you're supposed to take watch from.
I figured as much. Motherfucker.
Excuse me. You're Eva, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That's
sorry.
me.
Sorry to. I know it's early, but you're actually
Nope,
a little late.
Yep. It's okay. Go. I got it.
All right. Thank you. And he heads off.
Make sure the disguise self is back up. And she will go take her watch.
You shake Red awake as you move on.
Yes.
Mm.
Sorry, dear. I have to give you this back. It's my turn.
Right. Okay. Thank you. What a wild dream.
Yeah, that's gonna be a minute. But
Yep.
you should probably go find out where the boys are.
Right. I will do that. Do you want me to bring you up some food?
No, I'll get it when I'm done.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep. I'll head up to the mast.
All right. Red,
Hmm?
what do you do?
Oh, she's gonna go find. Well, go down to the infirmary to find
Okay.
Drac and the doctor.
Doctor and Drac, as you two are beginning to get your conscious about you, you hear a knock at the door.
I look to Drax. I motion for him to grab his sword and be ready as I go and approach the door.
Okay.
It's me, you idiots! Let me in.
Letting a sigh escape the doctor's mouth. He opens the door. He unlocks it, obviously.
Okay. Red, you are let into the infirmary. Door closed, and I'm guessing locked behind her.
Immediately.
Immediately.
So, who wants to go venturing down into the hold with me?
I don't think now's a good time.
Well, you don't get to go anyway, darling.
I don't think it's a good time.
Drac is going to like, as she like walks in, she sees him like holding his sword at his side,
Point of
and then
note,
just kind of
is
like
it still
resting his hand in like his head in his hand.
Is it still a +1 sword?
That is actually a good question.
I would know if it is.
Is it
I have an
concentration?
hour. It the spell itself is concentration, but I don't have to concentrate it due to my racial stuff. It lasts for 1 hour.
If you're not having to hold concentrate, well, I mean, you can still dismiss it yourself.
Yes.
I would say you attempt to focus on that thread of magic and you don't find it.
Okay. That is good to know. That magic does not transfer, at least enchanting this wise.
Jack at this moment just goes, well, when you and Ava disappeared, we had a small little 8 zombies decided to appear.
Mhm.
I willed myself to appear back on the ship as we went through a door, and it turns out that I appeared in the cargo hold with Stupid and Stupider are standing before it. They said something in Elvish. He pulled out a sword which turned green and materialized really odd, and then threw something at us which woke us up. I think they were waiting and prepared by the boxes.
It seemed they could understand us, but we couldn't understand them.
Well, if we know that it's a trap and we spring it ourselves, we're ahead of the game.
Well, they clearly took note of me and Drac,
Not me, though.
but they've seen you with Drax, though.
Mm, fair.
Was I able to discern the type of magic that was blinding me? Like school of magic?
This would be. It was a mix of two schools.
Okay.
It was abjuration and evocation.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure how well we would fare in a fight against those two individuals. They have a lot more tricks up their sleeves than we know
No, please do.
I could
We
probably
could
take.
always
We can probably at least get one, but
Mm-hmm.
we could always eat our breakfast in sight of the doors, wait for them to leave, and go in.
Remember, though, they would have probably tagged it with some type of alarm magic again.
did I see an alarm magic?
In the dream realm, you did not.
All right, I'm still trying to figure out what transfers between dream realm and reality. So, if there is a spell like alarm on it, would that appear in a dream walk versus it being there in reality? That's what I was trying to discern. Still a lot of us we don't really know. And this is the doctor literally talking out loud. Because he is overloaded and he is just trying to process and figure this out. This is probably
So,
the most he's heard him talk before.
so maybe instead of touching the box, so like I did last time, I just observe the box because you didn't do anything to it to cause the writing to appear, right?
No, I was just nearby when the writing lit up.
Right. And from my experience, it lit up when I went inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it blinded me as I approached it with my ability activated.
That was not the box. That was the items that each of them are carrying.
Oh, each of the people. Okay.
So, oh, by the way, was she able to catch any of the writing on the box as she was being sucked into it, or was it too whirlwind, basically?
It was very whirlwind.
Okay. Sooner or later, another elven spirit will be drawn back to the box.
And there's two elven individuals at least guarding it.
Right, but if we wait for them to leave and I go down and I look at the box.
I'm not sure if they're physically there or not.
Hmm.
They might always be watching it, for all we know.
Right, but at the same time, if they're in the dream realm, they won't see us going down to look at the box.
For a note, player knows elves don't sleep; they meditate. Does the doctor know this?
That wouldn't be something he would not know.
Fair enough. Then I cannot draw any more conclusions.
Well,
I definitely wouldn't know that, so therefore,
are you trained in history?
Me, no.
Never mind.
Just got a nice +5 in it. Arcana,
Yeah,
yes.
you and your intelligence. Mm.
Someone needs to have the brains in this group.
Hey, I'm second. I am second. I have some points in intelligence. Thank you very much. Wisdom I lack. And strength. And so can we not think of a way for us to go down and inspect the box then?
nope, I think that you're right. So let us go. And worst case scenario is we see them, we turn back around and leave.
All right, we're just patrolling again, right? Making sure that everything's in
Exactly.
order.
We're just wandering around. That's all.
Right. Okay, well that's that then. Shall we grab food first?
Yes, let's definitely do that because I'm starving.
You want us to bring you something, Doctor?
I can go into the mess hall, I believe.
Mm.
Or do I have to go in there and get my food and bring it back? I don't remember.
You have
I don't
to.
know, look.
You are allowed the basic of base freedoms, which is to and from food, to and from relieving yourself, and your bed's in the infirmary, so you don't get to go to and from anywhere to sleep.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't misremembering my
No.
restraints.
You can go there, get it, and bring it back, but you cannot eat in the kitchen area.
I can go with you to the mess hall at the very least, but I do have to bring it back in here, as you know.
Okay. All right. I could use some coffee. And she'll turn around and leave the infirmary, headed towards the mess hall.
Okay.
He's gonna follow behind her.
Okay.
Dr. Will as
And-
well.
As he does, he's gonna look to Red and be like, there is one thing I'm going to ask as a favor whenever you have some free time.
What's that?
Can you possibly teach me Elvish?
Of course. I'd be happy to teach you Elvish.
I'd appreciate that. At this
No.
point, I would rather know what the hell they're telling me.
True. And I suppose I could hold those in the infirmary if you wanted to learn as well, Doctor.
I actually have another question. What? I do not believe we've discussed your arcane abilities before.
Oh, Lord. We're going to do that behind closed doors, thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Well, the three of you go and get a meal. And then do all of you return to the infirmary? Or what's your plans after that?
The doctor does at least.
Yeah, doctor does at least for sure.
Yeah. Do we see the elf people in the mess hall?
You do not.
Do we hear any word of where they could possibly be?
You do not.
Ugh. So are we going down to check really quick or?
Yes.
Okay. So they'll go down to
This would
the
be up, technically.
up, yeah, with the
That's all right.
to the area with the boxes and
Okay. So after
see
you
if
have your meal,
he
you head up
is there.
and go towards the boxes.
We're gonna go in and pretend like we're patrolling until we see if there are elf people near the boxes.
Okay. Now, when you say elf people, do you mean the spectral individuals, or do you mean the two
No.
emissaries from Riz?
What's the
The
difference?
emissaries.
Okay.
The emissaries. I mean, if the spectral people are there too, yeah, that's concerning. But
Just
the
checking.
emissaries from
Just
Riz,
checking.
yeah.
Okay, you head to the cargo hole and you begin to make a round, and you can see the male individual is sitting in a chair right next to the boxes. And he notices the two of you. And he stands, crosses his arms, and just takes a little bit of an aggressive stance. He doesn't block your path, but he definitely hard eyes Drakix.
Oh, she's gonna continue on like there's absolutely nothing in the world wrong, and continue like she's patrolling, and just finish that out before going back upstairs.
Okay.
Or back downstairs, yeah.
Drakix, you can just feel his gaze upon your shoulders. There's like a physical weight to it.
Drac is going to turn and look at him. I'm thinking about that actually. I'm thinking about that.
Behave.
He looks at him
Mm-hmm.
for a moment, nods in respect, and
He nods back.
he actually says, "Thank you for kicking me out the dream."
Does he really? Oh my god.
No. He does. He does say it.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Oh no. Oh no.
So you can walk the dreamscape
No,
willingly.
I think it was an accident.
You would do best to avoid such accidents.
It's similar to walking into a nest of cloud vipers. It's not something that you mean to do. Just happens to be something that happens to you.
Well, perhaps try to tread lightly should you find yourself there again.
And at this point, he just kind of like turns. He like starts to turn away from him, stops for a moment, turns and just like kind of like looks at him over his shoulder, and just goes, "Are the stories of the wandering souls really true?"
Red is just staring at him right now.
Who knows? They have songs about elves and souls. They have songs about creatures beneath the clouds, supposedly. As if anything could live in the undercloud.
I may know somebody who could, but thank you for the food for thoughts. Now, at that, he's actually going to turn and walk away.
And now you feel Red's gaze just heavy upon your shoulders.
And he's going to look at Red dead in the eye. And she's just going to hear, "I needed to know."
And in Draconic, she will respond. It's all right that you needed to know, but a heads up would be nice next time.
You would, and like as he gets there, he just whispers back in Draconic, and you would have stopped me if I told you.
Do you know me that well? Do you really? And she'll turn on her heel and walk.
Okay.
And once again, in her head,
God damn. I hate that ability.
Because it's one way.
all she hears is no, because you don't share. But
Oh, shit.
instinct tells me that a certain firebird would definitely stop. So therefore, sorry for the surprise.
All right. The two of you continue your fake patrol. Go about your business. Eva, give me a perception check, please, for your daily watch in the crow's nest.
Do, do, do.
Do, 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 do.
14.
14. As you're looking around, you actually rolled again.
Oh, God. What? Excuse?
Yep.
23.
Okay. As you're looking around with the spyglass, you see the two familiar ships to the left and right. Everything seems to be in order. All the clouds around you is a interesting mixture of the usual almost liquid-like fog cover that is the largest bulk of the cloud ocean, along with the various almost like icebergs in an ocean. Instead, it's just the real fluffy white clouds. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And they're nothing to worry about. You don't really have to avoid it, but most people do because you never know what's hiding beneath it, especially if it's a large one. And you're looking around, and then you see just off the right-hand side of the ship, you see something begin to rise out of the cloud ocean. This large shape, like just a wooden cylinder. And then it rapidly spans out to be a large 4-sailed ship. A massive juggernaut of wood and metal. A familiar ship to you. One that altered the very course of your life when you were going from your homeland to Wingata.
No.
And you begin to yell out and try and warn individuals, but your voice is choked and it barely comes out as a whisper as the fear and the terror overtakes you and your world goes black. That's my episode.
Aw. No magical talks today. And
Not today.
I only have more questions and not getting answers.
I only have more questions now. I hate this. That's all right.
Holy Inception mindfuck.
Uh-huh.
Well,
I love it. I love it.
Hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad it makes me so happy to hear that. My lovely table that joins me virtually, thank you so very much for being fantastic players, bringing these amazing characters to this story. To those of you in chat, thank you so much for being here. All of us here at Player Hater Gaming really appreciate it. We just want to have fun and tell great stories. So if you enjoyed what you saw here, feel free to check us out on Sundays for some more D&D content. But until then, we hope you have a fantastic rest of the night. We look forward to telling more stories and just bringing you more fun laughs. And just remember, have fun. Go have fun and get snacks. There it is. Have fun and get snacks.
Have fun and get snacks. Yep. That's it.
Well, let me check something real quick before we get out of here.
Ooh, we gonna raid someone?
Something. It depends. Unfortunately, not tonight. The individual I wanted to, he is not live right now. But if you check out Sax Theory on Twitch, he's doing a month-long charity for a very good cause. So go hit him up, send him some love from us, and just have a good night. So have fun, and we will see you next week, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Later, folks.
Night.